Welcome to the Ready, Set, Show podcast with DT and Lette. Ready, Set, Showtime. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Show podcast, episode 45. Calling this one On the Rise because we have a lot of news. I was going to call it Big Things Coming.
No.
I thought, no.
Please don't name the episode that, because people look that up and they're going to get sent to Pornhub.
I would have literally never heard the end of that one. Thank you for joining us for another week. We really do have a lot of interesting stuff coming up on the show that we can't wait to share with you guys. But Let's start it off. Lette, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty great last weekend. I didn't do much. Just laid back, kicked it, relaxed like I needed to. Just hung out with the kids, and that's about it.
We should probably say what are we going to be doing, because we record on Friday. But I had a good weekend. Same thing. Just kick back. You know me, movie nights. I love movie nights, but I'm old. So, but I've been watching some really cool movies. And Amazon Prime Video, tell me what sense this makes, okay? So you can buy like a Stars, and then you get all the movies on Stars. You can buy HBO. Explain to me why HBO's asshole. Why do they have to be $14.99 a month, but Stars is $8.99 a month? I believe Showtime, Cinemax, they might be $9.99. So why does HBO have to be more?
Do they have their TV series on there?
Well, yeah, but they have TV series on every one of them. If Showtime has TV series, they'll have all those.
Do they have Game of Thrones on there? Because if they do, then that's probably why. Game of Thrones right there, because that's huge on HBO.
I guess I understand it. Guys, we hope you all had a great weekend and hope you have an up-and-coming weekend. We want to start the show to give our thoughts and prayers to those who were injured and lost their lives, unfortunately, in the terrorist shooting in New Zealand. I'm going to let Lette touch more on this story. She dove into it more than I did.
Yeah, when I got off work this morning, I was seeing a little bit of stuff about a shooting in some mosque in New Zealand, and I didn't know what was going on. But when I got on YouTube, there was the breaking news section, and I was watching some videos, and apparently there was 2 mass shootings at 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. Apparently approximately there's 49 dead so far. That's the last I heard. There was 40 injured, in critical condition from the last I've heard. The youngest victims that I've heard, the ages have been like between 3 and 5.
See, man, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
That's why, especially on this show, I was just talking to Darcy about this earlier. I don't like talking politics and religion.
Yeah.
You see what it does to people? Like, it just makes people go nuts, and innocent lives have to be lost over it. And I mean, I'm not blaming religion. Look, terrorists are just weird people. They're assholes. They're psychopaths, and they think they're doing this stuff for their religion. I mean, I don't know what religion would ask you to go kill innocent people. I just feel so sorry for those people. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody. And what was it, Christchurch in New Zealand?
Yeah, it was a
mosque.
The mosques were Al Noor, and then there was another one. Christchurch is the area. It'd be like the city they were in.
Oh, okay.
And this was like the first most devastating mass shooting that New Zealand has had in 3 decades.
Yeah, you don't hear about anything like that here in America.
No, the way they compared it is, in the matter of minutes that happened in the mosques, because at one of them, only 10 people ended up dying, and a lot of them got injured right then and there. Mm-hmm. Then at the other one, that's where the other 35 were shot. Because, I mean, Friday's their prayer day, and that's why they were all there. And there's a 17-minute Facebook live video. I don't know if it's still up. I haven't got to watch it.
That's probably terrorists put that up.
Yeah, they did put it up.
Yep.
They showed them driving around with the guns. I don't know if it showed any of the actual shootings, but from little short interviews I watched and what I listened and the way the Prime Minister was addressing the country, it's devastating over there right now.
It really is, and it's sad. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to those that I mean, even the families affected of those that were
definitely.
in the shooting, man. I mean, you don't like their religion. I just don't know, man. Why can't we just turn the other cheek? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't like a religion, just don't bother with them.
Yeah, some people just can't do it.
Yeah.
There was one mom I seen. She's, last interview I seen with her, she's still waiting on her son, so she's not sure if he's alive or not, and it was breaking my heart.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So, but yeah, it was pretty bad, and the comparison that like tore me apart the most was, in the matter of minutes it took to kill all them innocent people, they killed more than the entire year of 2017 over there in New Zealand.
I mean, yeah, because New Zealand,
nothing
Canada,
ever happens there. I mean, they're always just chill people.
Yeah.
The worst thing that happens to them is like natural disasters.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Look, no jokes. I mean, our thoughts and prayers, again, I can't say it enough. I really hate that happen. I hate hearing about mass shootings, man. I mean, it's to me, because it's just like such a pointless tragedy just because some dude is a psycho. You know, like just because you're screwed up in the head, don't take it out on these people. All right, guys, so we got a little show news here, something we have coming up starting next Friday, which will be the 22nd of March. I told you guys last week I'd give you an update. We have an ex-NFL wife, goes by the name of Angela Marshall, or Miss Marshall as we call her. I've been speaking back and forth with her. She is an author. She's wrote a few books. She's a motivational speaker. Seems like a very nice lady. Just the really conversation that I've had with her. She has heard the show. I mean, like I said, you know, because I told people, like, look, you know, we don't have a big following. No. I mean, because, you know, some people, they care about stuff like that, unfortunately. She didn't. She messaged us and was willing to come on the show, so we're thankful for that. I can't wait to get her on the show.
I can't wait either.
We're going to start prepping for that tomorrow. I'm going to go get my brother. Shout out to my brother, Steven. He's going to help me get everything set up we can figure out how we're doing the interview.
Thank you, sir.
I can't wait to meet Miss Marshall. She has a very awesome story. I mean, think about ex-NFL wife. I mean, because she dealt with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, think about everything she went through. Like.
Yeah, and a lot of them women just, you know, they'll go hit their wallet in the divorce. You won't hear from them. She just decided she wanted to live life, so she took that situation and went and used it in her motivational speaking to help people. It's a great story. I can't wait to have her on. It's out of the ordinary for what we would do, but that's how we do on this show. We do whatever the hell we want to do.
Oh, yeah, it's going to mix it up, and I'm excited.
Then we got hit up for another interview. Lette, you want to take this one?
All right. This guy's from down under. He's from Australia, and his name is Mugsy. He is an Australian rapper, and he hit us up asking for an interview. I spoke with him a little bit, and he told us he found us through a podcast page and get on the show and tell us, you know, his story. And
he has a great story, too. The guy's credentials, like I said, on top of the long list of stuff he sent me, I mean, I'll probably throw them in the show notes for that show. We'll probably for the intro and the outro, we'll throw some of his music in there if that's okay with him. He has some great music I really like. He took that, you know that song, Let the Drama Kick. Yeah. Let the Drama Kick. Now, he took that and called it Drama Kid. Because he had a rough upbringing just because he's in Australia. He dealt with a lot. Eminem was his inspiration to rap.
Oh, yeah.
But he has 2 albums. He's done 284 interviews, 781 features, 79 acting parts, 105 performances, 11 photo shoots, and 1,366 radio stations.
Dang, that's impressive. That is some good numbers.
I mean, it starts at 2010. He literally, like, he's got 2,000 everything he did in 2015. I mean, this is probably like 10 pages or more of what he did. He's another great guy, and he was on me, man. He really wanted to come on the show, and I think that's awesome. And with our following, it just leads me to believe that they just genuinely like the show, and that's what I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, think of it this way. We're over here in a little small town, East Tennessee, and we got people from Australia. Miss Marshall, she's from what, Georgia?
I think Georgia.
Yeah, she's originally from Georgia, so, I mean...
So, you know, that gives us, you know, more of a southern, and I mean, she travels all over the U.S. doing motivational speaking, and, you know, if the interview, everything goes well, I'm sure, like, we'll promote her. She hopefully will promote us. Same with Mugsy. He done told me he would.
Oh, yeah.
He said, hey, it'll help you guys. I mean, and overseas, you know, those guys, I mean, if they like you overseas, their fan base can get just in the millions.
Yes. Watching an upcoming YouTuber, especially whenever I first started watching Markiplier, once, like, the UK got a hold of him, like, his channel blew up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the up-and-coming artists like Tekashi 69, people like that. They were big overseas before they came over here and stuff. So we look forward to those interviews, guys, and if this trend continues, what we're hoping to do is, like, you know, we really want to get this Patreon thing going. I mean, guys, look, you know, we love doing the show free. We you know, obviously we got to start small. We got to, you know, get out there, get listeners and everything. But to sit here and lie and say eventually we want to put money back into the show. There's new equipment, like, you know, we've grabbed new equipment, but obviously we need more. When you upgrade your equipment, like, we can't go back and use our first condenser mics with these mics. We've tried that. We're going to need a new mixer. We're going to need, with the video podcasting, like, we want to take this podcast to the next level. Like, we got my brother coming on. He's going to be doing some live DJing. He's building us a website. He's got some music recording programs. So we upgrade our podcast, and, you know, we got families and bills, so it's hard to invest a lot of our own money sometimes. Now, we have done it. Mainly Lette. Thank God for her. I mean, hey, man, we want to eventually to sit here and say, I want this to be my job. I love doing this podcast.
Oh, I love
doing this podcast. I'm sorry, man. Like, for me, I was thinking about this, like, I love doing this podcast almost as much as when I was a musician, probably more. I'm not going to lie. I liked being a musician. But, I mean, it's just like, dude, like, I just don't want to live my life out breaking my back in some factory.
Definitely.
You know, I wanted to be doing something, whether it's this podcast and, like, when I changed majors to communications, which obviously I did that for the podcast,
definitely.
So, you know, I want this to be my job, man. It's a dream of ours. I mean, we'll always have something for our listeners, whether you're paying or not, obviously.
Definitely.
I mean, that's one thing I do want to do, no matter how big, if this podcast gets, is always have something for those that can't afford it, because we've been there, man. We got a lot of big things coming up. I'm very excited.
Oh, I'm pumped. And, I mean, if this does take off, we do start bringing in a little bit of revenue for the podcast. Just think of all the things we could do. We could probably end up doing impromptu live streams. Check it out and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. That live streams is one video podcast. I mean, the sky's the limit. And, I mean, we've been talking about this for a year now. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. But, I mean, you know, like I said, a lot of our money that we even make at first, it's going to go into the podcast. It is not going to go in our pockets, I assure you. Because anything we've said from day one that helps us get better, we're going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to do it. And those who were with us from the beginning to you know, whenever, I mean, we'll never forget those people. Lette, we got some more news here. Let's keep it moving. But I'm excited about those interviews, though, dude.
Me too.
I can't wait. We got local news.
News.
The excitement continues here in Greeneville.
Yes.
Rack Room Shoes open Thursday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's really it. Rack Room Shoes open, which, look, we're making jokes, but it's a step in the right direction. Yes, it's not a Foot Locker, but you all have to understand where we live. A lot of y'all that may be from big cities, if you came here, like, honestly, even in 2019 and seen how far behind we were, y'all have heard us talk about it on the show, Rack Room Shoes, surprisingly, is somewhat of an upgrade for us.
It really is, because yesterday, I am going to tell a short story. Me and my Mammy, we were driving. We was going to Knoxville, and she was talking about the Cowboy Church that took over the skate rink. And I ain't gonna lie, I gave her a little rant,
a little snippet.
About the whole how everything here, if it goes out of business, it gets turned into a church. Now, granted, she knows the people who's running that's only temporary, so we might actually get something actually fun there again.
Well, but okay, Cowboy Church. Why can't it just be a church and you can come dressed as a cowboy if you want to? Like, I don't understand.
I don't understand
you know, was it like if you're not a cowboy, you can't come in the church because it's church? You're not supposed to judge.
Exactly.
We're on to you, Cowboy Churches. You sons of bitches. We're on to you.
I'm excited for Rack Room. I'm honestly excited for Five Below. Again, not a big store, but I love Five Below.
Yeah. Darcy was talking to her mom about that. Actually, my fiance wasn't. I'm excited for Ross.
Yes.
Ross is now. It's supposed to be coming. I'm pretty sure this year, but they might have said first of next year. But Ross is the only place I'll be going. I'm telling you. Our last story here at the top of the show. You all might have remembered us talking about this. KSI took on Logan Paul with that draw crap boxing match, snooze fest. And they were supposed to rematch. Now, I was under the assumption they were supposed to rematch February this year.
Yeah.
Might have been this month. There's been talks here lately that they weren't going to rematch, and one says the other back down. Well, now they're saying KSI, since he has to tell everybody he's the champion of YouTube, like dude's had 2 fights. I don't know what that means over here in reality. He's saying now he wants to fight Jake, saying that now he has more, and I quote, clout than Logan, which I don't get that because Logan Paul actually has a really good podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's already almost at 2 million. I know he's over 1 million.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I haven't really even heard nothing but from Jake other than him and Soulja Boy getting into it, which sounded staged because, I mean, it had to have been because if anybody else that Soulja Boy's got into it with, he's yelling. Even though they're on the phone, he's putting up his fists like he wants to fight, even though the person's on the phone.
On my mama.
Yeah, on my mama, yes. Jesus, Soulja Boy, stop saying that. So I kind of don't understand. I honestly think KSI thought he was going to walk all over Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul put up a fight, damn near won the fight. Had KSI not turned it up them last few rounds.
Yeah.
Because he got his ass whipped the first 2. Now, I have gained a little respect back for Logan Paul because if you hear that guy's podcast compared to his other shitty YouTube video, like it's night and day.
Oh yeah, I've listened to little bits and pieces of his podcast, and I mean it's good.
Impulsive. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I mean, his co-hosts aren't. They're one dude there. He's kind of an idiot sometimes, but it's actually not a bad show. And I believe, I don't know if it's on iTunes or Spotify. It's actually #1 right now.
Hell yeah.
So the KSI versus Jake Paul. Personally, I hope they both knock each other out, and then we never hear from them again.
It'd be nice.
That would be an ideal turnout for me.
Oh yeah.
Lette, who you shouting out this week?
My shout-outs this week, of course, I got to shout out Ruby, that sassy little 7-year-old. I don't know what I'd do without her. I love her and couldn't live life without her. Got to give a shout-out to family and friends who listen and follow the podcast. We thank you for your support every day. Got to give a shout-out to DT, because without him, I would not have this amazing opportunity, and I can't wait to see what these next few weeks bring in. Oh, man, we're both super pumped. Every time we talk on the phone, we're always yelling out at the end, ready, set, showtime, baby.
Yeah, like, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it's deep down, we're, like, yelling, screaming,
we're just excited because, I mean, this is going to be 2 huge opportunities, and we can't wait to see where it goes from now.
Yes.
And also, we got to, always thank the listeners, because, without y'all, we would be nothing. We would not have these opportunities to get to interview these people and get this giddy. I feel like a kid in a candy store just thinking about it. So, we got to thank y'all. DT, who you shouting out this week?
I got to thank my beautiful family. They've put up with me and my crazy workflow from school to the podcast to gaming, you name it. But I just feel like I'm always thinking, always out trying to grind. Got to thank my beautiful family, man. Without them, I wouldn't be shit. Got to thank Lette. I'm super proud of us, dude. We've put in a lot of hard work on this podcast. I'm very thankful that Lette is my co-host and that we've had the opportunities that we've had. We're just having fun.
Oh, definitely.
I was a little nervous and intimidated about these interviews, but I'm thinking, hey, man, just have fun. I mean, there's no need. I mean, these are very nice people. Yeah, it would be our second, third interview because EJ, the Greeneville Ghost Hunters, but, they were like our friends, so it was a little less awkward.
It wasn't as, meeting someone for the first time, so it was easier to get along with, take it from there.
Yeah. Got to thank my brother, man. He's offered to help the show, and man, I really do. I'm glad. I want him to eventually be a part of the show because I know he could help us. He's a great dude. He's smart, and I'm glad he's back around, man. I miss that guy. We got to thank Drama, man. I've been talking to her a little more lately. She's been giving me good advice, and posting to the podcast, Facebook podcast groups has actually led to one of these interviews. So we thank her for all her hard work. I got to thank Kellen Keller, the man that inspired me to do this podcast. You know, I was talking about this earlier with my brother, and I was like, you know, man, none of this. I wish I would have listened to Kellen sooner, because we would probably be on like year 3.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with this. But he always told me, man, that I should be doing this, and I'm very thankful for that. We got to thank family and friends that listen to the show and our listeners, man. We greatly appreciate you guys. Seriously, we really do. Oh, real quick, I forgot. Got to thank Greeneville Vapor, man, taking care of all our vaping needs. Thank you, guys. Give us free shit.
Please.
Snickerdoodle. You shouldn't have took Primitive Vapor out, Adam. Bastard.
No, you shouldn't have.
All right, guys, on to music meltdown. And guys, I'm telling you, we have huge news.
We do. Like, it blew my mind. It blew my mind whenever he, like, updated me on this.
Like, I'm usually so excited. Sometimes I want to surprise Lette with stuff, but I end up calling her and telling her. This was hard not to tell her, but I held it to a surprise till she got her. I didn't even tell my fiance.
No, even she was surprised whenever he dropped this news. It was crazy.
So the first one, guys, y'all know we're waiting on Tool's long 14-year long-awaited album that's supposed to be we're thinking May 20th. When you hear this, what we're about to read you, it could be May, maybe June. But Tool is doing, I believe it was a 10-day tour.
Yes.
All right, so let's head on over to Rolling Stone. Let's get a little info. Tool will embark on a short North American tour this spring as they continue to prep their long-awaited new album, Pitchfork reports. The trek opens May 5th with a set at Welcome to Rockville in Jacksonville, Florida. So all y'all in Jacksonville, Florida, definitely you better be at this
rock
show.
The fuck out.
The band will play a mix of festivals and headlining shows over the course of the 10-day tour. We were right. Which wraps May 19th at the Chicago Open Air Festival in Bridgeview, Illinois. Tickets for Tool's newly announced headlining shows will go on sale March 15th. Complete information is available now on the band's website. So, guys, the album will be out this year.
It will be out.
They're doing a 10-day tour. I would give anything to go to any of those.
Yeah, there's one in Louisville, Kentucky, and if I can go to it, I'm going to try my damnedest to go to it.
But my thing is, why just 10 days? Well, usually Tool starts in Europe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they start usually in Europe. I don't know. What do you think? What's your thoughts?
One thing, if I'm not mistaken, whenever I was looking at their website, I think after the 10-day here in North America, I think they are going up to Europe.
Oh, really?
I think so. I'm not 100%. I thought I seen something. I might have just seen an
their
ad.
website is so dope.
Dude, it is. I mean, like I told you, I think the album is going to drop the 20th because, I mean, their last date in the U.S. tour is the 19th.
Yep.
If it drops the 20th, I would not be surprised. Just know I'm going to be getting that damn thing ASAP. I'm excited.
Maybe they're just doing like 10 days to get ready for like they're going to do 10 days, let the album drop, and then boom, do a big tour.
Put it on blast.
But see, the thing with Tool is you just never know.
Exactly.
Man. You never know. They could put out this album. Yeah, it looks like they're going to Jacksonville May 5th, Birmingham May 7th, Louisville, Kentucky May 8th, Hampton, Virginia, May 10th. Rockingham, North Carolina, that's not far, May 11th.
Yeah, that's the Epicenter Festival.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is right there. Boom. May 13th, they'll be in St. Louis, Missouri. May 14th, Kansas City, Missouri. May 16th, Lincoln, Nebraska. May 17th, Des Moines, Iowa. And the last one, Bridgeview, Illinois, May 19th.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. June 2nd, Tool Europe Tour. Berlin, Germany. June 4th, Prague, Czech Republic. Yeah, dude, they're going overseas, yeah.
So maybe, once the album drops, they get done with the little U.S. tour, album drops, they go overseas. Maybe they'll come back to the U.S. for a bigger tour.
Well, Lette, here's the thing. The European tour ends July 2nd, so will the album come out before July 2nd? I know my birthday's in 12 days after that. Somebody will be getting me the Tool album, you sons of bitches. No, but, guys, we're excited. You thought the music news was over? Oh, but it is not, guys.
It gets better. Well, I mean, it gets piling on.
It gets even better. So, guys, Woodstock 50. Now, they haven't released the full lineup yet. Again, these are just a few artists. Jay-Z, Dead & Company, Chance the Rapper, the Black Keys headlining so far. The upcoming festival celebrating the original's 5-decade anniversary, Variety reports. As of this writing, the lineup has not been officially announced. Jack White's recently revamped Raconteurs, Imagine Dragons, Run the Jewels, Gary Clark Jr., Cage the Elephant, The Killers.
Yes.
Greta Van Fleet, Margot Price, Sturgill Simpson, Courtney Barnett, Portugal, The Man, Dolls, The Lumineers, and you can't forget Pussy Riot. Dorothy and Bishop Briggs will also perform at the event scheduled for August 16th through the 18th in Watkins Glen, New York. Woodstock. Lette.
Woodstock. Oh, what I would give to go to it. Why do I have to only have 8 vacation days left?
Dude, yeah. You can pick 3 bands to be on their lineup. Go.
3 bands to be on their lineup?
3. Artists, bands, whatever. 3.
Oh, my goodness. Okay,
round.
I ain't gonna lie. If I had to choose, I would love to see, like, some people from Strange up there. Mm-hmm. Get some Strange music up there. It'd be amazing. Like, it didn't even have to be tech. Like, Chris Calico, maybe some Ritz. Love to see some Yellow Wolf or Eminem. Get some white rappers in there.
Hang on just a second.
Oh,
Is
man.
Tool touring on those days?
Know. Is Tool?
Oh, I don't know. For me, you would have to say Tool. I would want to put. I wish Pink Floyd would get some members back together.
Man.
I know a few have passed away. Was it May 16th through the 18th? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're not on the 18th.
Oh man, it'd be a surprise.
They're
date.
not, dude. They're touring May 16th, 17th, and 19th.
Man.
Ooh, we might see Tool.
Woodstock might get a little bit of a surprise.
I would like to see Tool. I think Muse would go good on the
Muse
lineup.
would.
Muse would be great. And I'd like to see Post Malone. I think Post
Malone's going to be at Bonnaroo.
Is he?
Yeah, Kristen gets to go see him, and I'm a little jealous.
I don't give a damn. You say Woodstock. I don't give a damn what lineup you're on.
I'm going to go just to go, man. Oh.
Yeah, but guys, let us know your thoughts on the Tool 10-day tour. I don't know if any of you guys are overseas that listen to the show or going to any of those shows. Let us know. We're pumped. Let us know when you think the Tool album will come out, and let us know what you think of Woodstock 50. 5-decade anniversary.
As long as Limp Bizkit ain't there.
Yeah, except for the dipshits that ruined Woodstock 99, which I don't know. We did it in 94. I don't know why they did it again in 99. But remember, they set those fires. Like, what a bunch of dipshits. Why does somebody always got to ruin something good? All right, Lette, who you listening to this week?
This week, I'm throwing it back a little bit. I mean, I'd say throwing it back, but I mean, I've not listened to
music.
I'm not a whore, only on weekends.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been listening to a lot of Neo here lately. And to me, like, whenever I think of Neo, I think of really good R&B from, like, mid-2000s, and I wish we had someone like this now. Yeah. We need a modern-day Neo or Usher is what we need. A little bit about him. Schaefer.
Shamir Smith.
Yeah, Shamir Smith.
Yeah.
Known professionally as Neo. I'm so glad he went with that. He's an American singer, songwriter, record producer, actor, and dancer. He gained fame for his songwriting abilities when he penned his 2004 hit, Let Me Love You for the singer Mario. I did not know he wrote that song.
I didn't either.
And I thoroughly enjoy that song. Well, I mean, I've been listening to Neo for a long-ass time. Like I said, since the early 2000s. All of his music has always been nice and mellow, and it makes a woman feel appreciated, or a man. I mean, you never know.
That was cool. He was signed to Def Jam. I didn't know
that. 3 songs I got for you. The first one is Mad. It's one of his bigger songs that came out in, I think, 2008. Mm-hmm. And it's just a great song. It's the hook for it is, I don't want to go to bed mad at you. Yeah. So, I mean, all of his songs have, that song especially has a good little message in it.
Yeah.
Another song I got for you, it's actually a song by Fabulous, but Neo features in it. You Make Me Better. It's a great song, too. The title should say it all because it's about how the other half makes the other person better. Yeah. Last song I got for you is called She Got Her Own. It features Jamie Foxx and Fabulous. That song's about, getting you an independent woman who don't need no man but chooses to have that man. That's basically the rundown of that song, but it's a very empowering song. I mean, for me it is, because I've been bumping that song hardcore for like the past 2 days once I rediscovered it again, because I'll go on and just find music. I like look up artists I haven't listened to in a while, and I'll like start downloading their music. But that's who I got this week. Go check out Neo if you haven't. I mean, I don't know what you've been doing with your life if you haven't heard at least one song by him. DT, who you listen to?
I'll tell you what I got for you, Sublime for you this week. I've been a huge Sublime fan. They're easily probably in my top 5, 10 all-time favorite bands. Like, I mean, Sublime's just one of those bands that was a part of my childhood. Like,
Definitely.
I love Sublime. A lot of people got into No Doubt and stuff like that. I always loved Sublime. Yeah. They're an American ska punk band from Long Beach, California, formed in 1988. The band's lineup, unchanged until their breakup, consisted of Bradley Noel, vocals and guitar, Eric Wilson, bass, and Bud Gaw, drums. Lou Dog, Noel's Dalmatian, was the mascot of the band. You know, kind of like Lynn Stratt had his boxer.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right off. But Noel died of a heroin overdose in 1996, which really sucked. It was like losing Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Resulting in Sublime's breakup. They did recently get together, like I mentioned. I think it was the last show, Rome, which was cool. Obviously not the same. But I love Sublime, you know, even though they only really got one album out. I loved every song on that album. If I had to pick 3, What I Got, obviously, Santeria,
definitely,
and Wrong Way. No, Wrong Way was always just a great song.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
Nobody ever told her it's the wrong way. What was it? Annie's 12 years old, and tomorrow she'll be a whore. I mean, it was just like a ballsy
crazy
song. Yeah. I mean, and sad but true. It's one of them sad but true songs, you know. That's who we got for you this week, guys. Sublime and Neo. Obviously, probably most people have heard those guys, but if you haven't, check out those songs. Sometimes we break these artists out, and I don't know half this stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on to our dumbass and badass of the week. And Lette, you know I like to take the reins on this one.
Take the reins, DT.
So we'll start with my dumbass this week, which surprisingly I always have one because I'm angry and old. But mine this week is one that is well-deserved. Guys, one thing me and Lette can't stand is clickbaiting YouTubers.
I hate them. Cannot stand that.
Yes. If you hate clickbaiting YouTubers, then you'll hate Lance Stewart. And I'm going to throw McJuggernuts in on this one. McJuggernuts is a guy, I don't know, I've always heard of him, never really been into his content. I don't know if he's clickbaited a lot. But this particular video just really... Now, Lance Stewart, the guy's known for fake hauntings, fake... The dude is just fake. How this guy has even over 10 subscribers, he's got millions. But some people just don't deserve the fame and recognition they have. But basically what happened is the video starts, McJuggernuts gets like some little old Miata. He's like hyping it up to Lance Stewart. I guess they're like buddies on and off YouTube. And so McJuggernuts just keeps talking about how he wanted to impress Lance Stewart. But the whole time, they hadn't even got to the what I'm about to tell you. And I was like, dude, this shit is fake.
Yeah.
Because why would you want to impress Lance Stewart? It's like trying to impress a crackhead. Like, nobody cares, you know? But anyway, so they get in the car, and he's like, oh, we're going fat. Dude, they're going like 70. Oh, and he's over here acting like they're going 200 mile an hour or something. Well, they end up supposedly wrecking the car. Okay? They go out screaming. Okay, well, then McJuggernuts, right? The Lance, like, gets mad, like, dude, you put my life in danger. Well, McJuggernuts just takes off from the scene.
Really?
He said his dad gave him the car and all this, and he takes off from the scene. And he's, like, sitting here talking about the video in an arm cast, and you clearly see the guy using his arm after the wreck.
Oh, my Lord.
He's even got a little blood spot with this bandage. If that wasn't fake blood, I don't know what fake blood is.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's sitting there, and I'm like, okay, so you wrecked this car, took off. The cops didn't come talk. He didn't say the cops talked to him. He said they come and, like, towed his car, and I was like, so you didn't talk? I mean, anybody else would have been charged.
Yeah, they would have been.
It's called leaving the scene of an act. The whole thing was fake, and I think somebody called them faking it because somebody drove by, and they were like, hey, you're in our shot.
Really?
Yes, so they faked it because somebody said, like, even when they wreck, you can't hear them wreck.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing just seems set up, and magically, as the wreck's happening, the camera just so happens to fall to where you don't see anything. But after the wreck, oh, it's just right back. I mean, maybe something crazy happened. It really did happen, and the camera rolled with, but they were caught faking.
Yeah, but say everything adding up the way it is, it sounds like it's all just fake.
It's like, why would you put all that work into faking? Put it into making a real video.
Yeah.
I don't get that. They put so much work into faking these pranks and shit when they could be doing it to making a real video.
Yep.
Why do people like these people? I don't get it.
Kids these days, I don't get the youth and the content they like people to put out.
Well, we don't let it slide on this show.
No.
So Lance Stewart and McJuggernuts, you're my
dumbass
of the week.
Dumbass.
So my badass this week, I got to give it up to Angela Marshall, and I'm gonna throw Mugsy in on this too.
Hell yeah.
Two people that a lot of people go by numbers. They go by you got a lot of fans. They're willing to, I feel like, take a chance on a podcast that they probably don't know us that well. But I just think it's really cool, and plus their credentials are very impressive. All they've done is just awesome. I can't wait to interview both of them. They just seem like great people. We're glad they messaged us to be on the show, and for that, they're my badass of the week.
Hell yeah.
So, Lette, who is your
dumbass?
Again,
who's your badass?
My badass this week, I'm going to give it to my grandma, or my Mammy. That's what I call her.
Mammy.
Yesterday, like I said earlier in the show, we ended up having to go to Knoxville for a doctor's appointment. She drove the whole way, which I'm glad because, I hate driving the interstate. She took my car and she got behind it. For me, I mean, it's always been my Mammy. She's always been there. Every time I've needed her, anytime I need advice, I go for her. This woman is 60 years old, and she still pulls about as much, she'll still pull 50, 60 hours in a work week if she has to.
Yeah.
She's always worked for what she's got. She's helped out many people that turned out to, backstab her, but she's always forgiven them. And I'm over here telling her that, I'll kick their ass for you, but she never would let me. She's always been there for me. I couldn't thank her enough. She's helped me grow into the woman I am today, and without her, I mean, I don't know where I'd be at. So, Mammy, you're my badass of the week, even though you don't listen to the show.
Yeah,
but I love you.
She's here in spirit. She supports us.
Oh, yeah, she does. Thank you, Mammy.
Thank you, Mammy. All right, on to
Original Gamers.
All right, guys, real quick, as you know, our gamer tags are in the description. If you play Fortnite, NBA 2K19, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars.
Mortal Kombat 11 next month?
Mortal Kombat 11, yes. We will have that game.
Oh, definitely.
One of us will have it. Letty's gamer tags are also up here. We put that above the sources in the show notes under Original Gamers. So you want to come play with us, come play with us, man. Just let us win, or we'll dog you on the show. I'm playing.
You will be I will finally have a dumbass of the week.
Yeah, right. So we want to talk more pro gamer signings, and there was 2 this week. These are Fortnite pro players. 2 big names that were signed this week that I felt we had to talk about. One, Symphony, who was a little pretty boy streamer. The guy's awesome. I'm pretty sure he probably came up Call of Duty and everything, but he's known for Fortnite. Well, for the last few months, he's kind of been teasing here and there that he's going to sign with an organization. It's a big deal.
Oh,
and it's cool that he took a few months. I'm not a big fan of the guy, but he's a damn good Fortnite player. He actually signed with NRG, which it was pretty cool how he did it because he was in Fortnite and he did this sniper shot, and what it did is it had this build around the organization, so it knocked the build down and then it showed who he was signing with. I didn't think he would sign with NRG, which they got a lot of big names like King Richard, a lot of great players. A lot of people thought FaZe, but NRG, hey, that's another great organization, but we did have a FaZe signing. They actually signed a 14-year-old Fortnite player named Sway.
Oh, hell yeah.
This kid is amazing, too. I'm telling you, that's who you got to watch out for on this game. These 12, 13, 14-year-olds.
Definitely.
But this kid, Sway, is unbelievable. A lot of people with FaZe, now, there's mixed emotions with FaZe. Is like Optic obviously helped FaZe
get to where they're,
they really did. But FaZe is pretty much kind of, let's be real, they've possibly surpassed them as far as popularity.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Optic better, but you're being honest here. a lot of people think with FaZe, just because you don't really see a lot of the guys making videos anymore and stuff like that. You really don't.
Ever since, like, what? I want to say Black Ops. I haven't seen a recent video since, like, Black Ops 2.
I've seen FaZe adapt. He talked about he got robbed a couple times. Well, hey, dumbass, maybe don't be going on there bragging about your jewelry and all that. Like, I don't get why these guys do that and then talk about I got robbed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not cool that it got robbed, but that's why I don't do the bragging thing. It can come back and bite you. But, hey, man, Sway, Symphony, congratulations to you guys. Both of them deserve it. It's just kind of some news I felt like we should talk about. So, guys, we got to talk MK11, and this was kind of weird. There was no combat cast. Now, I looked everywhere. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They did it every Wednesday. Coming to find out, they're not doing one this week. I don't really know why right off, because, like, I literally just kind of looked into it today. But they left us with 2 teasers of the characters. Now, I don't know if both of these are going to be revealed next week or just one. But we got Kotal Khan and Aaron Black. Could possibly be. I got to tell you, man, I didn't think Kotal Khan, he wouldn't have been one, I guess, would have been on the game. I'm not saying anything bad. Aaron Black, I really like Aaron Black. He's one I did use in Mortal. Have you ever used him?
I never did use him, but I mean, I watched gameplay.
He's good. Sonic Fox used him. That's a popular pro player that used him. Hey, I'm cool with that. If they that's probably what they're going to do is do both characters since they missed this week. Yeah. If I had to guess.
Let's hope so.
So me and Lette will look out for that. I always try to listen in the Combat Cast just because, man, NetherRealm Studios, I've been a fan of them for years. Ed Boon and those guys. Like, I love just how the teasers and how they present stuff.
It's
like
amazing.
They just got a lot of class, and they make. I mean, Jesus, Mortal Kombat's awesome. As my elbow slid off the chair.
I'm getting so excited I can't even have the right posture.
My elbow's sliding. I about broke my nose. All right, last year, you guys know we kind of update you guys on just games we're playing, our progression. So, Lette, what have you been playing this week, man?
This week, I got to break into something brand spanking new. I've been playing the new Devil May Cry 5.
Nice.
It's amazing. I'm not going to lie. I've not been into Devil May Cry a lot. I mean,
so kind of people that may not know it, update on
a little update on it. If you've never heard of Devil May Cry, what it is you're a character who is a demon hunter. You started out as Dante, and then in the 4th one you went to. I didn't play a lot of the 4th one. I watched my boyfriend at the time play it. Yeah. And you're Nero. Right now, I'm still Nero. I'm about an hour into the gameplay. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. I have fell in love with this game. Like I said, I've not played a lot of it. I played the beginning. I played the 1st one, a little bit of the 3rd one, and watched a little bit of the 4th one played. And
what would you rate it 1 to 10?
1 to 10. Right now, I would give it a solid 8.
Nice.
Right now, I'd give it a solid 8. But like I said, I'm only like an hour in.
So it could jump up to a 10.
It could jump up to a 10. It could go down. I don't know. We're gonna see how the story progresses. I fought like this one damn boss that I thought I was gonna die to. I got super scared.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I ended up not dying. But
so it's one of those games that kind of keeps your heart racing.
Yeah, it's a really fast-paced hack and slash, kind of like God of War. But
I never got into the Devil May Cry. I think I might have played 3. I think 2 or 3. But
I mean, if you played 2, that's the worst one ever. That's like one of the most disappointing sequels ever in video gaming history.
I don't know, those kind of games. It's hit or miss with me. I think Oblivion. It is only that type of game that I've really got into. I don't know. I just get bored with them easy. I like fast-paced, a lot of action.
But, I mean, this week has been great. I plan on playing it a lot more this weekend since now I got some free time opened up. Nice. So I'm excited to keep on playing it. What are you playing, DT?
Me, pretty much still been rocking Fortnite. I'm now, let's see, out of 100 tiers, I think I'm 62 on tier 62 on the battle pass.
So you got your banana skin.
Yeah, I still got it, and he's even got a dance. I gotta get you a video of that because it is hilarious. Not with the dance, it's even funnier.
Even better.
Yeah, it's called the Nana dance. I actually got a couple of you go along and there's like the characters where they'll give you like different colors of their skin. So I've got a lot of those. My pirate is now turned into like the skeleton pirate.
Oh, hell yeah.
And let's see, I'm almost level 40. Yeah, I'm almost level 40. this season. So just trying to grind, get the battle pass took care of. I just got my week 3 challenges. I got up early this morning, couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Knocked the rest of those out. Man, they were a pain in the ass. That 2K19, NBA 2K19, I got my player up to 87 now.
Oh man.
Well, I was just in the playoffs of my second or third season, just lost again to the Philadelphia 76ers. Second year in a row. And then Clash Royale and Brawl Stars, 2 Supercell games, and mobile games that I play.
Oh yeah.
Kicking ass on those, just trying to get on. Ben and Mo play Clash Royale with me. So guys, if you all play any of those games, I left my gamer tags for all mine and Letty's Xbox One and PS4 game. Now she does do Bud Farm. I don't know if any of y'all play that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more of them things like you got to be friends on Facebook, and then you can go back and forth that way. So.
Yeah, so I'll leave that in there for you guys. But all right, on to the Urban Dictionary word of the week. This week we got on ice, which means just chilling. So the example they gave, another dime.
Oh man, this example.
Person 1, what are you doing tonight? Person 2, I'm on ice.
Now listen, whenever he told me that, whenever he read it to me, I died laughing, and I'm like, that is a terrible example.
I know. I just like I did when I read it out loud. I was like, oh.
Oh man.
All right, on. Story time. So I thought, man, we haven't did story time in a few weeks. But, what could we do? What could we do? I don't know. We didn't really feel like, I knew we had a long show ahead of us. So I was like, I don't really want to do a creepypasta.
Yeah.
Plus, we hadn't really got to look for any. You know what, man? Let's talk about the first time we met somebody famous. I actually have a crazy story. But, Letty, who have you met? You met anybody famous?
I've
got any
only,
stories?
I've been within like 5 foot from Afro Man, but I did get to meet Lil Watt. Got to shake his hand. I got to have a little conversation with him. He seems like a pretty alright dude.
Like what? Like what led to it?
What led to it was he was playing down at Rio's, and
that's in Greeneville. By
yeah,
the way,
it's a bar in Greeneville, and it was it was a Saturday night that I had to work, so I didn't have my daughter, and we got off work at 10. The show started at 12. I got off at 10, and Joy and TJ was like, "Hey, you want to go do something tonight?" And I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe. And I got a text message from a guy who was like, hey, Lil White's going to be at Rio's. You want to meet up? I was like, are you serious? And he goes, yeah, I'm excited. Well, I didn't even see the dude there, but I told Joy and TJ about it. Well, we ended up going, there was a couple of opening acts. I didn't get to see them all. But, I mean, for the most part, Lil White put on one hell of a show for something that happened here in Greeneville.
Nice.
I mean, if you don't know who Lil White is, I mean, a lot of his music is around, like, substance use, basically.
Right.
I mean, once Oxycontin came on, Rio's exploded.
Yeah.
And, but, I mean, for him to come all the way out to Greeneville, Tennessee, and fucking play at a bar.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It's something for this little town. I was like, it's giving me hope that one day we might be a little bit more modernized. And
yeah.
But yeah, we had a little conversation, just basically shot the shit. I mean, I was sitting there taking, like, videos and stuff, and he'd, like, get right in my camera. It's on my old phone. Oh, man, before it decided to shit itself. But he'd, like, get right up to it and, like, be right in the camera's face. And, oh, man, I loved every minute of it. But that's about it.
Mine, I remember back in Knoxville, they used to be a club that had a lot of big artists like Incubus. I saw Incubus there, but I went to a Stain show. Aaron Lewis and all those guys. Now, this club, it probably hold a couple hundred people. Okay. It was me and 2 of my best friends, Preston and Jared, and I think another one of our friends. We went, we were sitting there. They threw a hell of a show, man, a great show.
Yeah.
Well, then we kind of came out back. Actually met one of the opening bands who I thought they were with Stain, but it turned out they were the opening band, Simon Says. I met their drummer, and dude, that dude's an amazing drummer. So we got to talk to him and gave him a little tape. This was back when our band sucked. I don't even know why the hell we gave him the tape. But anyway, we got to meet Aaron Lewis later on. Now, at the time, I had this little shitty tattoo where this dude messed me up. I mean, it wasn't even nothing. It was just like a couple lines. Right? It was so embarrassing. It looked like somebody was about to draw a wrench on my foot. It was embarrassing as hell. So I'm sitting here talking to the lead singer Stacey, and keep in mind, this dude Preston, I don't even, you ever know, like, go, why the hell am I friends with this dude?
Yeah.
Because they always, like, are an asshole to you. They're a dick. They try to embarrass you. You know, you're always fighting, arguing with them, you know, and not in a brotherly type of way. Like, you know, just because me and his brother were best friends. So he goes, we're talking to the lead singer of Stain, man. I'm already nervous. And he goes, hey, Ninja, show him your tattoo work. So, you know, obviously, he's like, yeah, man, let's see some of you. Dude, like, I didn't say nothing. I just turned around and walked off like I was so embarrassed. And me and him literally about fought that night. Like, look, man, there's just a time and a place.
Yeah.
And he knew how embarrassed I was by that because he tried to get a tattoo from the same guy. And what it was is this dude was going so deep. Ooh, it hurt so bad that we couldn't. I was like, dude, I can't do this, bro. Like, you think you know what you're doing.
But you're not.
I've got tattoos after that. They have never hurt anywhere near that. And I've had where I've been sitting there 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I'll never forget. I mean, because he was being so cool. And we're like, yeah, everybody's getting along with him. And then there was no reason for him to do that.
God,
he just did it to be a dick. And that's why to this day, like, I can't stand him. But I'll never forget that. Because it was my one time to meet somebody famous. And then I got this asshole ruining it. You know, I don't know. It was just kind of a funny story. I don't know. I guess, you know, you get older, you laugh about it, but then at that time, I wanted to fight him. Like, literally, we about fought on the way back. Like, it was embarrassing. I don't know, guys. If you all met anybody famous, let us hear your story. We always like to hear a good story, guys, and it doesn't have to be creepypastas. Any story ideas, and you all want to tell us your story, readysexshowpodcast@gmail.com. Send it to us. We will read it on the show. Oh, yeah,
we will.
All right, Lette, on to the... Guys, we got a special one here. We have 2 returning winners of previous battles, and we love both of these guys. Today, we have facing off Mortal Kombat's characters versus DC Universe character. Now, this was a video game. It was. I found a website with some awesome matchups. So today, guys, we are going to be looking at those matchups. We'll pick who we think would win. And then, as y'all know, at the end, we'll pick which one we like better and why. And we'll see. Hey, both of them's returning. This is going to be a very, very fun one here.
Oh, yeah.
These matchups are amazing. So, Lette, you ready to get this going?
I'm ready, spaghetti.
Now let the battle commence. All right, so the first battle. Man, all these are so good.
They're great.
Wow, we're probably going to have some long pauses. The first one is Superman for DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat's Raiden.
Oh, man.
Now, a lot of people would think, you know, you hear Superman, a lot of people just think you can't touch Superman.
No, I'm thinking, I'm honestly, I'm leaning more towards Raiden.
I mean, because it kind of comes down to how they are with Raiden. Raiden would obviously have to have kryptonite.
Yeah.
But see, Superman, I mean, obviously, I don't know, with Raiden's electricity, that'd be an interesting one. So I'll just pick it to which I like better. I like Raiden.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would love to see how this fight would go out. I really would.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm always going to, you know, I'm leaning more towards Raiden, mainly for, you know, I like him better.
All right, yeah, so see, because that's a tricky one.
Yes,
see, some of these you really got to think. All right, next one we got Batman versus Sub-Zero.
Batman versus Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yeah.
Ooh.
See, Batman, you know, Batman's got a lot of,
He's got gadgets.
He does, and he could disappear a lot. And really, with Sub-Zero now, Sub-Zero hand-to-hand combat is good. But if Batman can avoid the ice.
Yeah.
But then again, what if Sub-Zero catches him?
Yeah, like, it just goes up and just straight up shoots that ice at his feet.
I would have to go Batman here, as painful as that is. I don't know. I just think he has more tools.
Yeah.
I think he would obviously know, because Sub-Zero, it's like ice. He's one-dimensional. Batman has a lot of different areas.
If Batman doesn't disappear and it ends up in a hand-to-hand combat down at the end, I think Sub-Zero would take it.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's the only thing I could think of.
You got to pick one, though. Who?
I'm going to go with Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero,
because,
all right.
You know, you go through the fight, but once you get down to them last crucial minutes, and then you know it's over.
All right. Now, here's an interesting one. Wonder Woman versus Sonya Blade.
Ooh.
I'd say Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say Wonder Woman.
Yeah, because she would just overpower Sonya.
Yeah.
I mean, she's badass, don't get me wrong, but...
Not the last, though.
The next one, we have my favorite DC character, Flash, versus Johnny Cage, another one of my top favorite Mortal Kombat characters.
I got to give it to Flash.
Flash,
I have to give it to Flash there.
He'd just be way too quick.
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't be able to keep up. Doing splits,
Although,
and that's about it.
What's the movie, Justice League, the newer one? Why did they made the Flash look like such a pussy? Have you seen it?
I've not seen it.
They made him look
like
he's really nerdy, which he usually is.
Yeah.
But he's got that badass edge. They just made him look weak in that. Like,
really?
It pissed me off. Watch it and you'll see what I'm telling you. Next one, we got Green Lantern versus Kung Lao. Wow. I got to go Kung Lao.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Kung Lao.
Yeah, Green Lantern's good, but I just feel like Kung Lao has more weapons.
He's got that badass edge that is just going to not make him give a fuck.
Yeah. This next one these are the ones that are just really tough. Catwoman versus Katana.
Yeah, see.
Because you got the Catwoman's quickness, but Katana has the blade.
Yeah, she's got
fans.
her blades. She's got her fan blades, and she's really good in hand to hand. I always like playing as her
I like the Injustice 2 Catwoman, but I got to go Katana.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go Katana. I favor her more.
yeah. I mean, some of these it's just so tough. You gotta.
Yeah, you have to choose one or the other, but it's one of them ones that it'd be just right down to the wire.
The next one is Con-El versus Liu Kang. I gotta say Liu Kang because I'm sorry I don't know who Con-El is.
Same.
Forgive me. If y'all know who he is, let us know for real. Okay, the next one we have Robin versus Frost, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, Frost I think is part of Sub-Zero's clan.
Yeah, he is.
I gotta go Robin there.
Yeah. The way I'm thinking it, the same way too. He's got more gadgets, kind of like the whole Batman versus Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
It's basically their two sidekicks kick off.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
But I could see Robin taking this more than Frost.
Yeah, like I said, it could be a surprise element.
It could be.
That could either one of them could win, but that's who. I just think the Batman and Robin always had a cool little duo. Next, we got Lobo versus Scorpion.
Ooh.
I gotta go Scorpion.
I'm gonna say I have to go Scorpion mainly because it's gonna be cliched as hell. Shit, I can't even speak. Mm-hmm. Cliched. Mm-hmm. But Scorpion's always been my favorite character from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Him and Shiva.
Well, Scorpion, he's a bad dude.
He is a bad dude.
He really is.
Pulls out that damn spear.
Yeah, and he summon them powers from hell on you, boy.
Get over here.
Next one, and this was one of the good ones, Bane versus Goro. Wow.
That is difficult. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I honestly don't know.
I think because ultimately this one, it's going to be power, and I think whoever's faster.
Bane, if we go by speed, Bane.
Yeah, I say Bane.
Because Goro does not have that speed. He has not always been. He's just been known for brute force, and that's it. But Bane's got the mix.
Yeah, because if Bane gets one of those slams in or something, it's over.
It's over with.
I say Bane.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bane, too.
The next one, I believe they're giving this guy a movie finally, Sinestro versus Quan Chi.
Ooh.
I got to go Sinestro on that. I just think he's way quicker, more powerful. They should have did Sinestro versus Raiden.
They should have.
Yeah, that's what they should have done.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sinestro.
All right, I'll say Sinestro on that
Sinestro.
one. Next one, this is a really good one right here. This battle right here, this is one of those ones that is a perfect down-the-middle battle. Cheetah versus Melina.
Oh, man.
I didn't even know who Cheetah was really until Injustice 2 video game.
Yeah.
I really didn't. They're both really fast. Obviously, Cheetah is going to be a little faster, but Melina, she just seems like one of them that just do anything to win.
She will. I mean, she'd rip that damn face mask off and eat your face.
Yeah, really.
So I'm going towards Melina.
I'll say Melina too. She's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
As far as the women. Next one, another really good one, and this is going to be a tough. Joker versus Kano.
See. Because I mean, they both got that. They both have that funny edge to them, but they also will go to anything. They're both tough, and they'll both go to any means to win.
I just think the Joker has more in his arsenal.
He really does.
Because with the Joker, you just never know. You could be sitting here fighting him, and the whole time he got a bomb strapped underneath a place you didn't know he was going to hit you.
You step on it, and boom.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it came down to straight hand to hand,
oh yeah, it's Kano.
Kano, 100%.
Yeah. Next one, we got Lex Luthor versus Shang Tsung, another good one.
Yes.
I got to go Shang Tsung here.
Yeah, definitely.
Lex Luthor, he never seems that. I mean, he's badass, don't get me wrong, but he
never seen as much of a threat to me, honestly.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. The last one, and another great one, Darkseid versus Shao Kahn.
Ooh.
I got to give that one. I like Shao Kahn, but dude, Darkseid is a bad dude.
I mean, he is.
I got to go Darkseid.
I'm leaning towards Shao Kahn.
Okay.
We'll split it down the middle.
That's one of the ones that could go either way.
Yeah, it really could. It would just depend on certain elements and how the last couple minutes of the fight plays out.
Yeah. Guys, let us know if any of these matchups. If y'all want to switch some of them around and hit us with them, hey, do that too, man.
Hey, we'll answer them.
Yeah, we want to know, man. That's why this segment has always been one of my favorites.
Debating is amazing.
Yes, I love debating. I guess I really do. I've argued with so many psycho bitches. I guess it's become
second nature to you anymore.
Nature. All right, guys, on to everybody's favorite time of the show.
It has been one of them motherfucking days. I tell y'all, it has been one of them motherfucking days, bitch.
It's time to rant, lady.
Let's rant.
Today's rant is why so sensitive. So we've had a similar rant like this before. Hell, I don't know. We might have done this exact rant.
I wouldn't doubt it if we have.
If we have, guys, just consider it a part 2. Everybody's so sensitive now in the world here lately. Let's be honest. We could do this rant every week if we wanted to.
We could.
So we're kind of going to discuss why we wanted to do this rant again and why we feel this way and just why everybody is so sensitive. You know, we just kind of give our opinion and, you know, just why everybody needs to just chill out, relax. If you don't like something, just don't acknowledge it. You got to have thick skin.
You have to.
And we'll kind of break that down more. Letty, you ready to get it going?
Oh, let's go.
Let's have a rant. So, you know, Letty, you picked this rant.
Yes, I did.
So let everybody know why you wanted to do this one again.
Well, the reason I want to do this one again, basically, is I just get tired of people sitting here whining and complaining because something isn't the way it needs to be. It's not the way they want it. Everything has to be politically correct. No one can't take jokes anymore.
Really?
And it's getting so bad to where, I mean, I have an acquired taste in humor, I guess. That's what I've been told, that I'm an acquired taste, and a lot of people don't know how to take me. Most of the time, whenever I joke around about some of the worst stuff I probably shouldn't joke around about. But that's just my sense of humor, and it's really dark. And a lot of people look at me, and they're just like, why would you joke about that? And I'm like, why do you have to be such a poon?
Yeah.
I mean, don't take everything I say seriously, because, I mean, I don't mean it seriously.
Like, you know it's bad when you, I don't know if you've ever do this, like you tell a joke, and then you could kind of sense that people are offended, like, and then you got to explain the joke. Like, that always annoyed me, because, see, me and my brother were like that, too. We've always had the smart ass dark type of sense of humor where it's like, you know, yeah, man, we're talking to you and it might seem like we're being a dick, but we're really not. Like, that's just how we joke. Everybody jokes different. And if in 2019, I don't give a damn if you're 13 or you're 34, my age, whatever, 40, you've got to have thick skin, man.
You have to.
Because people are going to tell you their opinions. You're not going to agree. They're going to say stuff that, you know, it's just how they feel. Yeah, obviously, if you're being an idiot or racist or stupid. I don't like touching that, like other races. Yeah, because, you know, you don't know how people are going to take it. There's always going to be that one person that's like, oh, man, you're being racist.
It's like, listen, you're just being sensitive.
Yeah, you have to have thick skin.
You have to.
And I learned that at a young age.
I did too.
Because the way I joke, I'm like you, dude. Like, a lot of people don't understand it. It's really, really the people that are kind of like that are the only ones that are really ever going to get it.
Oh, yeah, and the thing that you know, a lot of people get pissed off at is, like, the words, you know, snowflake. Mm-hmm. I see that a lot on Facebook thrown around, and everybody's just like, oh, why are you calling a snowflake? And I'm just like, listen, quit being one. I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't get into the political stuff and all that, but if you're sitting there whining and crying over stuff, especially whenever, like, I see stupid stuff, like, whenever it comes to, one of my biggest things is the whole, whenever you see people fight, nowadays no one wants to go hand to hand and accept an ass whooping.
Yeah.
They always got to get the law involved.
Yeah, or call DCS on you.
Yeah, there's always consequences, and it's always the person who loses takes it the hardest. But no one likes to lose. I understand that. Me personally, I've never been in a fight, but every time I go to get in one, my first thought is, I have to get a bail bondsman. And that shouldn't be my first thought, because whenever growing up, this was like 10, 15 years ago, I would see people getting fist fights at school. They would get 3 days suspension. They'd be right back. That's all it was.
I've seen people be absolutely hate each other, fight it out, and they shake hands and become good friends after that. That's it. That's how you settled it. You don't call the cops. You don't try to get somebody fired. You don't call DCS on what the hell does their kids have to do with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just like that's how people are nowadays. That's why nobody, I mean, you don't ever see anybody, hey man, let's meet up over here, get it over. You know, you don't see that. It's always some asshole that's calling the cops, but.
Or if they do, they bring like 7 people.
Yeah.
And they get jumped, and you're just like, well, how many friends do I have that I can call that I know that'll be there?
Yeah, it's just so pointless.
It shouldn't be like that.
That's why I don't get out a lot, and I don't hang around a lot of people, because it just gets ridiculous. Like, that's why I stopped going to, like, house parties. Because every time I go to a house party, there's always that one asshole that's drunk and takes somebody the wrong way, so he starts a fight or gets his buddies to come in, and then next thing you know, it's leading to the cop. It's just always that guy that just can't. He don't know how to take stuff.
Or you got your keyboard warriors.
God.
I can't stand them.
Jesus.
They'll sit there and they'll say something. They'll be like one of my funniest things that I like to do is I'll go on there and I'll click on memes and I'll read the comments. Because there's always them couple handfuls of keyboard warriors taking the meme way too seriously. Because an example I can give you is, it'll be like, which one did you get beat with? And it'd be like a shoe, a belt, a broom handle, or a switch or something like that. And people be like, whooping your kid is bad. It doesn't help them out. It just hurts them. Quit child abuse. And then
they don't even have kids.
Yeah, they don't have kids. They don't know what it's like. They probably needed their ass busted when they were little, and they'd understand the respect it teach you.
Got everything handed to them.
Exactly. And I'm just like, but thankfully it's Facebook, and you always have the people who go straight for them and throw them down, and then they'll get so pissed, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, you want to sum up the type of sense of humor I have, and I remember watching this movie with several people, and nobody laughed at hardly anything of this movie, but I cracked up. The Big Lebowski.
Oh,
that movie,
that's hilarious.
That's the type of sense of humor that just nobody gets it. Like, I can't tell you how many people I watch that and they're like, dude, like, what are you laughing at? Like, I'm cracking up.
Yeah.
You know, it's just those little secret, you know, the punchlines and stuff, you know, that people don't get. They just, I don't know, man, anymore. That's why it's hard to joke. I hate it now because you have to watch what you say to people.
You have to.
You have to explain yourself.
You have to use certain terms. You have to stay away from certain words. If you say something wrong, they expect an apology, and it's grow the fuck up. It gets so annoying sitting there, because here's my type of humor. Say, you know, somebody will be like, well, that's disappointing, and I'll look right at them and say, like, just like me to my parents, and that's the type of, you know, humor I'll use myself. And they'll just be like, that's sad, and I'm like, well, so is my life, and I'll just keep it rolling.
Yeah, keep it rolling. You're clearly kidding.
Yes, you clearly see me over here laughing after everything I say, but if you sit there and you're just like, are you being serious? I'm like, no, I'm not.
It's just what you have thick skin.
Yes.
You might have been through stuff like that, but you know how to deal with it, and you gotta, like people like me and you do. We make jokes out of things.
Oh, we have
That's
to.
how we get over stuff. Some people sit here and they like to whine and cry and make a big deal about it on social media or whatever. Hey, man, I like to joke it off. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people don't understand that, and maybe a lot of people don't think it's appropriate. That's what I do.
But I mean, life's too short to sit there and whine and cry and bitch and be angry all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I share so many memes. That's why I make so many jokes. That's why I try to joke around with everybody. I want that laughter, because in that one little moment, you know, everything's gone and you're just laughing, and that's probably might be the highlight of their day.
Yeah, last thing I'm going to say is, look, this is 2019. The gloves are off. If you're one of these people, you're going to get offended over every little thing. Prepare to never be happy.
Exactly.
Because I'm telling you, the world is different now, and I'm going to tell you, you better get your skin thick, and you better do it fast, because you got to learn to be able to take shit. And there's belligerent people, there's stupid people, there's these entitled little bratty ass kids, and hey man, the way it is, it's sad, but nowadays, like we said, you're not going to fight people. It's all about who, nowadays, who calls the cops on who first.
Exactly.
Like look at that one kid, them two kids that got into a fight on Call of Duty over like $5 or something stupid. They go tell that swatting guy. He goes and swats, gets the wrong address, gets somebody killed. All over them two just having an argument.
Yeah.
They wanted to go get somebody swatted, and that's when the damn SWAT team comes in your house and got somebody killed. That dude's doing 20 years now.
Yeah, it's over video games.
And he was proud to be a swatter. He was proud to be known for that. People went to him to swat people.
Dude, swatters. That's a different rant. That's something I can't stand.
Yeah, that's a future rant.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Letty. I agree with you, and I think this is another a good follow-up rant here, because, look, again, why so sensitive? Learn to roll with the punches. Learn to take shit. You're going to take shit in life. It's up to you how you want to recover from it.
That's some really good words. And I mean, what I want to close with is, no matter what someone says, no matter what someone does, I mean, the way I see it, take it with a grain of salt and keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do with most of the shit in my life. I mean, I've been called a bitch so many times that, I mean, I basically own that word now.
Well, guys, that's going to conclude the rant. Let us know what you think as far as people being sensitive. I know it's annoying. We could rant about it probably every day.
Oh, we could. We could break it down, have a pinpoint, do some Microsoft presentations. It'd be crazy.
Right. You damn right. But thank y'all. All right, guys, for episode 45 of the Ready, Set, Show podcast, that's going to conclude this week's episode. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, guys, March 22nd. We told her 3 p.m., probably going to be more towards 4 p.m. When we're going to be doing the Angela Marshall ex-NFL wife interview. Then March 29th at 6 p.m., we will be doing the Mugsy interview, and we are excited for those. Like the Podbean page, guys, please, because you can be notified about all the new episodes as soon as they're posted. Go to the bottom, look at the show notes. All our social media links are there. Follow all those. Give us a like, comment on whichever one you prefer. Facebook is usually where we post everything first. We'll keep you guys updated on everything of the show. Thank you guys again for all the support. For episode 45 of the Ready, Set, Show podcast, I'm DT.
And I'm Letty.
And remember, this is Podcast Greatness,
where greatness never dies.
We out. Peace.
Deuces.